Alrighty, guys, welcome back. Earlier, we were covering LeBron James delivers a serious challenge to the Lakers after the Nuggets thrashing, and now we're going to be talking about why the Knicks versus the 76ers rolls around Joel Embiid. But before we do that, I just wanted to remind you guys to like and follow the show. Also, we get a number of questions from viewers that come in during the show, so to ensure that your question gets right on the air, I ask that you use the tips and donation link with your question. The tips and donation link is gsmcpodcast.net. This just puts your question at the top of the list so I can see it, and it also really helps the show.
Excellent. Okay, before we start the next topic,
Yes.
talking more about the playoffs
Mm-hmm.
and looking at the playoffs, there's a saying that goes around in basketball that
Mm-hmm.
a series really doesn't start until the home team loses a game.
Mm-hmm.
Really, that's when or the team that's at home loses a game. Once that
Mm-hmm.
happens, then that kind of shapes the NBA playoffs or a series.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at this playoff series so far, everyone held serve. The Cavaliers beat the Magic. Uh, the Timberwolves beat the Suns. That was a game I was surprised on. I was expecting the Suns' big three to really step it up, and they just
Mm-hmm.
got beat down.
Mm-hmm.
As we're going to talk about, we talk about that. We're going to talk about that Knicks 76ers game. We just talked about the Lakers getting beat down by the Nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
Celtics, the Celtics are just doing what the Celtics does. I mean, the Celtics, that was no surprise to me.
Mm-hmm.
The Clipper game, Clippers beating the Mavericks. A lot of people were taking the Mavericks to win game one. And the Clippers won 109 to 97. That's a series to keep an eye on. I like that series a lot. Bucks Pacers. I picked the Bucks Pacers
Mm-hmm.
as the game where I think there's going to be an upset. I'm taking the Pacers in the first game. I mean, in this series, but
Mm-hmm.
the Bucks came out won 109 to 94. They looked good. The Bucks looked incredibly good, like strong. And then OKC came out in a very competitive game, won 94 to 92 over the Pelicans. But my whole point is all the home teams won.
Mm-hmm.
So it really is too early to tell on a
Mm-hmm.
lot of these series until a team drops their first game at home. That's kind of when it really does tell you, okay, where this series is going.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, though, I have seen the movie The Lakers and the Nuggets, and I'm also a Laker fan, but that doesn't seem like it's going to be a great series right now.
Mm-hmm.
So that concerns me. So, all right, I'll let you go into it, but I wanted to touch on that because, nothing's really been settled as of
Mm-hmm.
yet.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, uh, got another basketball story. So why the Knicks versus the 76ers revolves around Joel Embiid, whose injury scare and time on the bench helped define game one. Joel Embiid made one of the most electrifying plays of his career on Saturday, but it went from sensational to scary as soon as his feet hit the ground. With less than 3 minutes remaining in the second quarter of the Philadelphia 76ers playoff opener against the New York Knicks at Madison Square Garden, the NBA's reigning MVP threw the ball off the glass to himself and dunked on Knicks forward OG. Uh, ooh.
I know Ananobi.
Anunoby. Okay.
Yes.
As his teams started to celebrate, Embiid landed, grabbed on his left knee, and fell to the floor. It's the same knee that Embiid had a surgical procedure on the meniscus in February. Forward Kelly Oubre Jr., the closest Sixer to Embiid on the court, quickly went from A, flexing at Embiid, to B, trying to catch him as he fell, to C, running back on defense. Oubre's first thought was, heck of a play, he said, and then, oh, Sugar honey iced tea. When Embiid eventually got up, he walked to the locker room and he didn't reemerge until moments before the third quarter was underway, after the rest of the team had done their usual halftime warm-ups. We were in a huddle, and then I get on the court, and number 21 is there. Ubri said, but that just goes to say he's resilient. He wants to win. He's going to do every single thing. He's going to put his body on the line. Embiid wound up playing 20 minutes in the second half with 37 total. He finished with 29 points and 8 for 22 shooting and 11 for 12 from the free throw line, 8 rebounds and 6 assists. He was plus 14 in the 111 to 104 loss. In the 11 minutes that he set, Philadelphia was outscored by 21 points.
Okay. The first thing, that injury, it's one of those things. The first thing made me think about this is, we were talking about this earlier.
Yes.
A few weeks ago. Joel Embiid is not healthy. He is not close to healthy. And I feel like the 76ers are taking a very big risk at having them out there.
Pushing him way hard right now, and I think they need to take a chill pill.
But see, the thing is, the 76ers have no shot at all without Joel Embiid, so they have to have him.
But they're not going to have a shot, period, if he's gone. Forever,
if he goes down, oh my God, it is over.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And when I was watching this game, it was obvious to me that Joel Embiid was not Joel Embiid. He didn't have the lift. He didn't have the speed, power that he normally has. It's just clear he wasn't at 100%. And because of that, the Knicks dominated this game. I'm not going to say, it was a closer game. It was a very competitive game, but the Knicks led wire to wire, and they were just the better overall team. Even with Julius Randle being out, watching this, when the series started, I'm like, wow, Julius Randle's not going to be playing for the Knicks. I feel like they have Joel Embiid. I guess Joel Embiid's playing well. But a hobbled Joel Embiid makes them, definitely weakens them. And so when I looked at the 76ers, I mean, their defensively, it was pathetic. I thought defensively the 76ers were just pathetic. Joel Embiid is kind of like the heart and soul of that team. He wasn't, with him not being 100%, it changed everything. And Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart just absolutely destroyed them. I mean, destroyed them. There was no answer for those two. When you look at what was going on, I think Brunson, how many points did Brunson have here? I would go back to look at that. Because Brunson ended up with 22, I believe, and Josh Hart ended up with 22. No one, and then McBride ended up with 21. No one, I was not expecting Josh Hart to go off like he did either. But the Knicks were just a better overall team. Like we're saying, rebounding. That's where Joel Embiid's, his not being healthy, the rebounding became a factor. So many times the Knicks got a really big rebound when the Knicks needed it. The Knicks were able to pull down that rebound, get a second chance point, which never gave the 76ers a chance to really take the lead. Their bench, coming off the bench, I mean, it was, McBride, Grimes, Hart, they were just coming through with critical points, which then allowed them to rest. Uh, it was one of those games that I felt like you could tell the best player that Joel Embiid wasn't strong. He was hobbled, and the Knicks just took advantage of them. And I don't see it getting better for them.
Mm.
I don't see like the dunk where he kind of re-injured or aggravated the quad. There's only a couple days rest.
Right.
It's not gonna get better,
No, they have
you
a
know.
game today, I believe.
Right. So
Mm-hmm.
there isn't enough time.
Mm-hmm.
So Joel Embiid's gonna be hobbled this whole series.
Yeah.
And if he's going to play like that and the rest of the team is not going to step up, the
Mm-hmm.
Knicks are going to win this series.
Yeah.
Um, I was originally looking at the opposite direction where they have Joel and Embiid back. The Knicks do not have Randall, but now looking at a hobbled Joel and Embiid, the 76ers just don't have enough weapons to handle the Knicks. Also, this is actually showing the Knicks really stepped up. And so all of a sudden, it's not hype anymore. The Knicks are going to contend. I got the Celtics winning the East, but I'm very curious to see how strong and in the way the playoffs lined up.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this actually the Knicks are the one that has a really they get past the 76ers. I like their chances to make it into the Eastern Conference Finals.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like anyone's chance against the Celtics this year, right now. But it's interesting. That's kind of where I saw it. Josh Hart, man, Josh Hart was on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Brunson was unstoppable. So let's see. And also gotta wait. I'm gonna have to give her Tyrese Maxey played hard as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Yeah.
kind of where I have things at right
It's
now.
funny how like you and I have been kind of like flip flopping this entire time about Joel Embiid because when he first got hurt, you and I were both like, no, don't put him on the court this year. Don't do it. And then they put him on the court and then he did really well. And then we were like, well, maybe he's okay. Maybe he's fine. And now, this happened on Saturday. And now we're like just completely leave
Yeah,
him alone for the rest of the year.
because the risk, I don't when you look at this game,
Mm-hmm.
I don't see the 76ers as a real championship contending team
Mm-hmm.
this year. They're missing pieces. Joel Embiid needs to be MVP Joel
Mm-hmm.
Embiid in order for them to make a run in this playoff.
Right.
That quad is not going to get better. It's only as you don't give them less and less rest, it's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
I just think they're pushing it,
Mm-hmm.
and I hope that nothing bad happens out of this. But it worries me that I know you're going all out, you're doing everything you can, but a hobbled Joel Embiid right now, that's not a championship team in my
Mm-hmm.
eyes.
Yeah. I agree.
So
I agree. Alrighty, guys. Well, with that, we are going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking about the Spurs could sign Chris Paul this summer. So make sure you guys stick around, and we will be back in a minute.